So today's class is going to focus on the upper body, and we're going to focus on the upper body in the sense of building some strength. You know, we always talk about our joints as having the balance between flexibility and strength, and it's really important with the upper body, particularly for women, because we do not tend to do activities in daily life that build strength. So that's why we're going to be using the yoga tie. I do want to remind you, though, that if we're doing a movement and it's getting a little too tiring for you, or you're beginning to experience some discomfort, please just stop and take a breath and continue on with what you can do. Okay, so there we go. Make sure you have your yoga tie, and I'm going to go to my seat and we'll get started with strengthening moves for the upper body. Here we go.
Just everybody mute themselves, please.
So let's begin by finding a comfortable way to sit, allowing your shoulders to fall away from your ears, allowing your spine to grow tall, pressing your feet into the floor, lifting up through your crown, creating a lot of space in the core of your body for breath, allowing your eyes to close and tuning in to the body, the breath, sensation, thoughts, and emotions. And beginning simply by watching the breath without changing anything, just noticing the sensation of breath coming in and breath going out. Noticing any places that feel cut off from the breath, as well as those places that feel open and comfortable and spacious. And letting your breath get a little bit deeper now, so that it begins as deep down in the belly as you can, and then moving up, filling the chest all the way to your shoulders, and exhaling from the top down, shoulders, chest, and belly. If your thoughts should begin to wander to the past or to the future, gently but firmly come back to the breath. Honoring whatever it is that you bring to your practice this morning. All of the challenges, as well as all of the strengths. And then letting go of that 3-part breath and just allowing your natural breath to find you again. Taking a moment to notice how you feel. And we'll bring our hands to prayer position and join our voices in the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Om Shanti. Peace. May all beings everywhere know peace. Great. So opening your eyes, let's breathe the arms up. And exhale, bring them down. Just gently lifting your chin as you breathe in and allowing the chin to drop towards the chest as you breathe out. A simple movement, but done with full mindfulness and intention. So the next time your arms reach overhead, allowing yourself to remain in seated mountain, lifting up through your fingertips, dropping your shoulders, pressing your feet into the floor, breathing fully, and noticing the sensation as it builds. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And then slowly lowering the arms so that they're level with your shoulders. And we're going to touch the fingertips to the shoulders and then open up, breathe in. Breathe out as you touch your fingers to your shoulders. Gather the breath in and let it go. Still sitting up tall. Breathing in, opening. Exhale, closing. And this time, let your fingertips remain on your shoulders. And we'll just begin to make some circles with the elbows. So always beginning small and letting the movement build as you feel comfortable, or stopping if you need to. Try to coordinate the circles so that they're happening with a full cycle of breath. And then pause and go in the other direction. Starting small, letting the movement increase to your comfort level. Great. Open the arms, turn your palms down, and let the hands float down to your side. Take a breath. So sitting up tall, let's just drop that left hand towards the floor, keeping your right sitting bone down. So you're just bending directly to the side. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. So we're opening up between the ribs and just going back and forth from side to side. Breathing in and breathing out. This is a nice one to do if you're just sitting, and you're getting a little stiff from sitting. Just bend from side to side. Good. And let's do once more to each side. And then bring it up to center. Good. So we're going to use the yoga tie now. And remember, these are stretches, movements that are designed not only to open the body, but to strengthen the body. So what I'd like you to do is find a comfortable position for the tie. So your hands are going to be separated a good distance apart. You want to be able to straighten your elbows. And what you're going to do is create tension on each end of the tie. So you're pulling your hands in opposite direction, and you're going to maintain that tension through the whole next series of movements. Again, if it becomes too challenging, feel free to just sit out a couple of movements until you feel like resuming. Okay, so let's inhale, bring the arms up, pulling on the tie, and exhale, reach it back. Inhaling back through mountain and then rounding your spine. So we're pulling the tie apart and we're pushing the arms forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach it back and pull. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, round your spine. Push the arms forward, pull the tie apart. Let's just keep doing that a little bit. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. We're going to do that a couple more times. Reaching back, coming back, leaning forward. Last time here. Reaching up, straighten your spine. Exhale, lengthen your spine back. Coming back to mountain and arching forward. Oh, and you may just want to pause here just for a minute. Reach, 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 reach. Good. And then bring it up to center. Good. And then we're just going to go from side to side. Again, we're keeping the tension on both ends of the tie. So notice as I go from side to side, my elbows are staying straight and I'm bending directly to the side. And reach and up. So this time when we go over to the right, let's just pause there. And you can rock a little bit forward and back. Oh, that feels good. Feel free to grunt and groan. Good. Up to center, over to the other side where you pause. Again, make sure both sit bones are on the floor. And reach it forward and back and forward and back. And once more, forward and back. Good. Bringing it up to center. Your arms getting tired yet? I'm just going to begin to do some circles. So I'm letting the circling start in my hips, letting my body go as wide as is comfortable with a full cycle of breath. Feel free to go back, to lean forward. Just enjoying this movement. Great. And then let's pause and go the other way. Oh, we always do opposite movements so the body remains in balance. Nice big circles. Let's do one more great big circle here, as big as your body allows. Great. Bring it up, sit up tall, pull the tie apart, and then let it go. And just let your hands rest on your thighs and notice what you feel. Notice how the muscles feel, how the joints feel. Great. So let's stretch out a little bit. I'm going to draw my left arm across my chest and gently press on the upper arm. Make sure you're breathing. Wonderful. And then come in the other direction. Right arm crosses the chest, a gentle press on the upper arm. Nice deep breaths. Oh, there's a beautiful cool breeze coming in here this morning. It's lovely. And back to center. Let's bring the arms up one more time and then bend that left elbow and cradle it with your palm. Pat yourself on the back. And you have a couple of choices here. You can either stay with just cradling the elbow, or if you like, you can reach around behind you. Hi, sweet pea. Lift the elbow up tall. If you can't quite reach, this is a nice way to use your yoga tie. You can take opposite ends of the tie like this, which will help you open up. Great. One more breath here. Let the arms go. Take a breath before we go to the other side. Arms come up. This time the right elbow bends, cradled with the left palm. And if you like, either using your yoga tie or reaching around behind you, shaking hands with yourself and breathing. Deep breath in and out. And then on an exhale, let that go. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Close your eyes and just notice how you feel. So let's move into the 6 movements of the spine. So always making sure that you're sitting forward in your chair so that you've got space between your back and the back of the chair. Let's inhale, bring the chest forward into dog tilt. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, let the breath go. Always coordinating with the breath. Moving back and forth between dog and cat. And if your body wants to move a little quicker or a little slower than mine, that's absolutely fine. Remember, I'm just here to make suggestions. It is your practice, first and foremost. One more breath in. And let it go completely. Great. And let's prepare for our twist. We'll begin with the right side. So the right arm stretches up and out, creating that length from fingertips to shoulders. Exhale, bring that palm to your left knee, left hand to the side of the chair. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Shoulders relaxed. You can always add a little extra by crossing the left leg over the right. Good. Let's take an inhale and let it guide us back to the front. Take a breath. And let's go to the other side. Reaching out with your fingertips. Good. Palm comes to the knee, right hand to the side of your chair. Lengthen on that in-breath. Exhale and twist. Crossing the right leg over the left, if you choose. Lengthening with each inhale, gently rotating each time you breathe out. Good. One more breath here. And on an exhale, slowly coming back around. Good. And last but not least, we're going to thread the needle, which gives us another option for opening up the shoulder joint. So we're going to stretch the right arm out, slide it along the left thigh. Remember, if this is as far as you can go, that's perfectly fine. If you like, you can lean forward. And here's the other shoulder opener, sweeping that left arm up, part way or all the way up, letting your torso rotate, feeling the twist all the way down to your lower back. Nice deep breaths. And let's release that now as we breathe in, coming back up. Take a breath. And we'll go to the left side, stretching the arm out. Reaching, reaching, reaching forward. Exhale, sliding the arm along. Easing yourself in so you can judge where is the perfect place for you to hold this stretch. Neck is relaxed. You can always move the head a little bit just to remind you to soften the neck. And on an inhale, we'll untwist and guide ourselves back up again. Take a breath. Good. So we haven't done our finger exercises in a while, and I think that's always a good thing to do. So I'm going to stretch my fingers out wide, so I'm making hands like starfish. And then as I exhale, curl your fingers into your palm, round your wrists. Inhale, open wide. Exhale and close. Inhaling, stretching the fingers, thumb and pinky moving away from one another. Exhale, curl them in. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Once more, spreading the fingers wide. Exhale, closing up. So holding your palms flat, shoulders relaxed, elbows relaxed. Let's turn the hands out to the side and then bring them in. So we're just moving the wrists at this point. Try not to move your arms or your shoulders. Just allow the hands to glide from side to side. And breathe. And exhale. And once more, open. Exhale, close. Good. So now we're going to touch the tip of each finger to the thumb, going back and forth. Curling the fingers to make a nice O shape. Going back and forth. This is good to do while you're waiting in line to get your flu bag at Beth Emeth. You can do this in your car. Everybody will wonder what you're doing. Good, and then just wiggle your fingers, your hands, your wrists, your arms, your shoulders, your head. You can shake your belly. You can pick up your feet and shake them out. You can let out a sound. Oh, let your arms be like cello. And then stop. Close your eyes. Notice what you feel. Probably a little silly, but there's nothing wrong with that. Let's go into some sun salutations. So hands at prayer position in front of your heart, and we're going to press those palms together. Activate the muscles of the arms. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, reach it back. Taking the breath in and then opening your wings, folding forward. Palms to the knees as you come up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. And we reach it back. Take the breath in once more and guide the hands back to your heart center. Let's do one more breath in. Exhale, reach it back. Lengthening as you reach back. Take the breath in, fold forward, let it go. Palms to the knees, come up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. And reaching it back. Taking your breath in as you come through mountain and then come to rest at your heart center. And just pause and breathe. So we'll do seated warrior 1 and 2, as well as seated triangle before we come up to standing. So I'm going to begin by facing the left front corner of my chair. Hands at my hips to begin. Making sure you're sitting up nice and tall. So breath in, exhale, step back with your right foot. Let's press back through that heel and release it. Press it back and release it. And once more, press it back. Good. And hold the press. Press into the sole of your left foot. And now we add the arms, if you like, out to the side, overhead. Or another option is to interlace your fingers behind your back and look up as you open your chest. Nice stretch for the shoulders and the upper body. Great. Return the hands to the hips and we'll move into warrior 2. So I'm going to extend my left hand. Right arm comes behind. So Just like you did when you had the yoga tie, let your hands move in opposite direction to engage the muscles. Gaze is to the left. And breathe. Let's do 2 more complete breaths here. Good. Lower your right hand. Take your left arm up and over. Nice little counter stretch. And let's lower the arms. And we'll set up now for seated triangle. So I'm just going to rotate my body so I'm facing forward. And I'm going to stretch my right arm up. Left arm can come to the inside of your left leg, bending directly to the side, pressing against the inside of that left leg. Gaze can be at the floor, straight ahead, or up towards the ceiling, whatever feels most comfortable. Opening the hips as much as you can, finding the breath. Good. Using the energy of that right arm, bring yourself back up. Lower your hands and walk your feet together. Let's pause for a couple of breaths before we go to the other side. So I'm going to turn and face the right front corner of my chair, hands at hips. Great. Take a breath in and then step back with that left foot. So notice that the heel is up so I can press it back. And that brings my whole torso forward. Relax. Press it back again. Relax. Press it back, holding the press. And when and if you feel ready, adding your arms, remembering that other version with the hands behind you, interlaced fingers. Gaze can turn upward or straight ahead. Squeeze in the shoulder blades. One more breath here. And then let it go. Good. Hands to the hips. And we'll move into warrior two. So my right arm sweeps up in front, left arm behind. And we're always working towards having the arms level with the shoulders. So you don't want to be down here. If you need to do that for comfort, that's fine. But if you can engage the shoulders enough to lift them shoulder height, that's fine. Hands pull in opposite direction. Gazes to the right. Breath is steady and prominent. Wonderful. So we're going to move into our counter stretch here. Left arm drops down, right arm sweeps up and over. Great. And let's prepare for triangle on this side, Trikonasana. Feet are wide apart, as wide as you can place them. Left arm reaches up. Right arm comes to the inside of the right leg and over you go. Just like a rainbow. Reaching a little further, lengthening the side body as you breathe in, reaching a little further as you breathe out. Pressing against the inside of the right leg with your right arm. One more breath. And then inhale, bring it up. Lower that arm down, walk the feet together, and take a breath. So lest we forget about the lower body and core strength, we're going to do our Pilates 100. And remembering that your options are to keep your heels on the floor, or if you like, you can pick the feet up and point the toes, still maintaining that space between your back and the back of the chair. Arms extend, legs don't move as we breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Blow it out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. You can always put your heels down if you get tired. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And pause. Make sure you're still breathing. If you want, bringing your chest a little further forward, feeling those muscles work. Ooh, yeah. Lower your hands, lower your feet, separating them just a comfortable distance. Folding forward to relax your abdominal muscles. Hands to the hips if you don't need the hands to help you up. Engage your core and come up to a seated position. Take a breath. Okay, and let's come up to standing. So I'm going to begin by standing towards the left side of my chair. We're going to do a bunch of standing poses. We're going to do star pose, goddess, triangle, and runner stretch. So for star pose, just step your feet a comfortable distance apart. Knees are soft. Stretch your left arm out. If you don't need your right hand for support, stretch that out as well. So again, you still want to have the feeling that the hands are moving in opposite directions from each other. Ground your feet into the floor, press your fingers apart, lift through your crown, just like a star. From here, we'll move into goddess pose. So I'm going to bend my arms at the elbows, keeping the arms out from the shoulders, palms facing my face. If you need some balance, you can hold on to the chair with one hand and just come into a small squat. Keep drawing the elbows back to open your heart. Keep breathing into your belly. Good. So let's inhale, lengthen, arms come out, and we'll get ready for triangle. So I'm going to turn the right foot so it's facing the chair. I'm going to turn my right foot in slightly. Stretch up that left arm and begin to arch to the side. You can release the right hand if you don't need it. So remember, we're not rolling forward. We're not rolling back. We're rolling directly to the side. You want to feel that stretch all the way through the ribs. Getting ready for the counter stretch. You're going to lift back up, drop that left arm down, right arm sweeps up, and we breathe. And prepare for the runner stretch. So just a little reminder, I'm going to turn both feet so they're facing the chair, and I've kind of narrowed my stance a little bit. When you come into runner stretch, it's important not to round your spine. You want to bend directly from your hip crease. You can even put your fingers right there. So it's more of a lengthening out. Hi, Suki. A lengthening out over the chair than it is a bend. Okay? So let's begin. Deep breath in and exhale, hinging right at the hip crease. Hips are facing the chair. You can walk your hands to the seat of the chair. You can bring your hands behind you, a little bit of a balance pose here. Relax your neck. Now we're going to come up and remember that hinge movement rather than rounding, coming back up. Good. And I'm going to move directly into a counter stretch. Awesome. Step your feet together. Take a breath. And we'll go to the other side. And I move my chair over here. Okay, so stepping your feet apart. And just a reminder that the position of your feet really very much depends on what's comfortable for you. Some people find that having their toes facing directly ahead feels best. Other people like to turn their toes out just a little bit, whatever feels most comfortable. We're going to move into 5-pointed star first. Extending one arm, the other arm if you don't need it for balance, and moving the hands in opposite direction. Consciously press down into your feet. Soften your knees. Lift through your crown. And we'll transition now into goddess pose, which is also called peaceful warrior. Again, you can still keep one hand on the chair, elbows back, palms facing the head. Nice squat. Doesn't have to be a big squat. It can be a very small squat or no squat at all if that's uncomfortable for you. Good. Press into your feet, come up to standing, and let's set up for triangle. So left foot faces the chair, right foot turns in slightly. Hips always face forward, or as much forward as you can manage. Right arm sweeps up and over. Left arm can release if you feel safe. Breathing into the side body, lengthening as you breathe in, reaching over as you breathe out. Nice steady breaths. Great. Inhale, lots of energy in that right arm. Bring it back up. Lower it down. And we'll set up for runner stretch. So turning both feet so they face the chair. Remembering to bend right at your hip crease. You can actually put your hand right in that crease just to remind you to do that. Inhale, exhale. Don't lock your knees. Reach your torso out. Place your hands where it's comfortable for you. I'm going to bring my hands behind me. That's just an option. It's not necessary. It's just a suggestion. Wonderful. And on an inhale, let's come back up, lengthening, 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 lengthening. And right into the counter stretch. Good. Breathe back to center. Step your feet together. Good job, everybody. Let's take a seat. And let's complete our practice with just another gentle twist. I always like to put that at the end of the practice. So just gently moving into a twist to the left. And seeing if you can feel the twist emerge, lower back, middle back, upper back. Guiding yourself back to center on an out breath. And to the other side. Guide it back to center. Take a breath and let your eyes close. Doing a little body scan, beginning with the soles of your feet, toes, ankles. Letting your attention rest with compassion on each part of your body. Through the legs, through the torso, all the way up through the crown of your head, and out through the tips of your fingers. Finding that perfect balance between ease and engagement in the muscles. And honoring yourself for taking the time for this practice. Gradually taking some deeper breaths and adding some stretches. Oh, whatever feels right. I always feel like I want to grunt and groan here. And I'm just going to circle on my hips. I like to do that. It feels good. Make sure you go in both directions. And let's give ourselves a hug here. So opening your arms super wide. Good. Wrap the left arm over the right. Squeeze those shoulders together in front. Opening again. Deep breath in. And right comes around the left and squeeze. And bringing your hands to prayer, to heart center. We'll join our voices in an Om. Deep breath in. Om. Om. Shanti. Peace. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from fear. And may all beings everywhere know peace. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.